Flosstube, Happy New Year. It's Mary, the Daydream Stitcher. It is 2021. It's New Year's Day, New Year's. And here we are. We made it to the new year. If you are watching, I assume you made it. And I feel like I almost didn't. I am feeling very overwhelmed. I will be honest. Whoop, sorry, you're gonna hear some firecrackers. My neighbors are going nuts. So this is my channel about my addiction to cross stitch. Thank you for coming by. And if you are new here or if you are returning, I appreciate you spending a few minutes with me. This will be a relatively quick video because I don't have that much to show. So I will show you a couple of things that I've been working on, and I will talk about my plans, and I will show you some haul, and I will be really like scatterbrained about it like I normally am. So I apologize ahead of time. I hope you all are able to are getting some stitching in on New Year's. Okay, let's get right to it. I actually finished something. Oh my gosh, can't believe it. I actually finished Cats Love Christmas. This is a Lindy Stitches design. It can be finished as an ornament, or we may do it as a pillow. My daughter wants to do a little mini pillow, so we might do a pillow ornament, or just, I don't know yet, next year or next Christmas. And this was perfect for us because this represents our cat family really, really well. This would be our cat Teddy, who's part Maine Coon, I'm sure. Came from the shelter, but he's got to have Maine Coon in him. He's much bigger and fluffier, and he's tabby, brown tabby. This would be our cat Pumpkin, and this represents our cat Sophie. And I made one eye bigger than the other on purpose because she is a special kitty, and one eye is permanently dilated. So it looks like one eye is bigger than the other one. The kids found her in the rain a couple of years ago in the middle of the yard. I don't know whether she wandered away from her litter mates or whether her mother abandoned her there. I don't know. She wasn't even weaned yet. So I had to bottle feed her for a couple of weeks, and then she's still with us. And then we do have one other cat named Maggie, who is a brown tabby with a lot of white on her. So yeah. And then I started the second one in the series called Cat Eviction Notice, but I made a mistake. I went, these are only one square apart, one space apart, and they should be two, so that has to be frogged and redone. This is done on 28 count Glacier from Picture This Plus. The called for was mint, which is hard to find right now, so I got the Glacier from 123 Stitch, and I think that it was I think it works really well. It's more green than my camera's picking up. And of course my lighting is doing funny things, and I'm sorry, but I hope that is clear to see. Many of you know that pattern if you've seen it around. It's very popular. We love Lindy Stitches, don't we? She's such a contribution to the stitching community. I'm so glad for her, so thankful for her. Okay, what I have been, well, you know what? I wanted to show you, and I don't know where it went, so I won't show that, but I will show you. I also worked some more since my last video on my snowman from Dimensions. This is Kiss for Snowman. It's on 18 count Ada. It's only a 6x6, and I love the shading. I just love Dimensions. Sometimes those 5 threads through the 18 count get a little bit tiresome and I have to take breaks, but I love how they turn out. I think they're just so beautiful. They really know what they're doing when it comes to charting designs. And then mostly, since Christmas, I have put in, well, really most of December, I put in mostly my time on my Long Dog sampler. Let me see if I can get that kind of straight. Okay. This is Pavane for These Times from Long Dog Samplers. It's on a 32 count Silkweaver Wexford linen called Purple Petunia, and it is stitched with Silks for You PR152, which is a teal, navy, purple, and it's almost done. Oh, I was hoping to finish it by the end of 2020. Obviously that hasn't happened, but I'm so close. I really mostly just have the border left. Obviously I have to finish this part here, but pretty much it's just border. So maybe I can get that finished. I really am motivated to work on it and get that finished. I'm ready for some finishes in 2021 since obviously that I had 2 small finishes in 2020 and that was it. So that has to happen. And I have loved working on Long Dog. That is my first of that style at all. And it's such a, I love stitching with the variegated silks, and I love just not having to pay close attention to what color goes where. Not that I haven't made a few mistakes that I had to pull out, but it's relaxing to just be able to stitch where the black square is, and that's it. So I would love to do another Long Dog to start another one after this one is finished. That's pretty much all the WIPs I have to show. So I'll talk a little bit about my plans for 2021. I usually, when I have stitched over the years, I have done just kind of stitch what I want to, when I want to, whatever I pull out. I've done some enchanted stitching on Facebook, the enchanted stitching challenges, which I absolutely love, and has gotten me to pull out some things from my WIP pile that I wouldn't normally maybe have pulled out, and made me think about them in new ways. So I really like that. I will still be doing that some. But I also this year decided to try something different. So I printed out a WIP Go board because I've heard so much about it over the years, and I never really paid close attention to it or what it was. And so I looked into it this year and I decided I want to try it. So I did fill out a WIP Go board, and the first numbers were called, which I can't remember off the top of my head. I think they were 6 and 18 in free space. So the free space is fun. I will just do whatever for those. For the other 2, I will show you what I have. The first one, which I think is 6. I want to say either 6 or 8, but I think it's 6. That I had Garden Prelude. This is a Mirabilia. And my goal for January was to finish her. I think maybe that's a little ambitious because there's still like a fourth of the dress left. And as you all know, if you have seen many Mirabilias, those dresses go on forever. So we'll see what happens with her, but I will push for a finish. If I'm lucky, I can get both her and my Long Dog finished this month. She is stitched on a 32 count fabric flare printed lugana, which is called Pink Sunset Beach or Pink Beach Sunset or something like that, which I've mentioned in past videos I'm not real happy with, but oh well, I'm not going to restart her. I'm happy with the pattern. I'm not real happy with the fabric print because it just looks like gray stripes, not actual surf. I probably should have gone with the linen. I think because it's on lugana, you know, the print, the dyes don't take quite the same, and so that is, I think, why it didn't look quite like I envisioned, but that's okay. It's all right. The violinist herself is stunning, and I just love that there is a violinist in the lineup. And then number 18, if you can hear those are firecrackers, and I think I mentioned that already, but my neighbors are going a little nuts up there. And then number 18 is my Victorian home. This is an Artecy pattern. This WIP I started in 2013, which is a little embarrassing, but I have WIPs even older than that. So I love it. I love it, love it. I recently put it into Pattern Keeper. It took me a while to get it all in there, what I had already stitched, but I was able to work myself up to this corner. This is the corner right here, the left upper corner. And so now I should be a little bit easier to work. So my goal for WIP Go was to do, to finish a page. And so I think I can finish the page. I think it's like this, this rectangle right here. So that's should be doable, famous last words, but I think I can get that done. So that would be fun. There are some mistakes in here, and I don't know exactly what they are or where they are, but I think I can pretty well fudge it because it's trees and kind of shaded trees with some sky peeking through. So I think that I can make that work. So, and I love it. I think it looks like a painting. It's only like 89 colors, something like that, 80, 90 colors, which is pretty amazing considering some of the patterns are, 150 to 200 and even more colors. And the fact that Artecy can chart this with only 80 some colors, and it still looks amazing. I just love, this house is actually white. I've mentioned this a long time ago when I showed this. It doesn't really look white right now because it's in the shade, but I think when all the other stuff gets filled in with the trees and the grass, I think that it will make more sense. I hope. And this is from a painting by Dominic Davison, which I think a lot of his paintings are charted, and I know Hade has some of his other ones that are really pretty. But so that's another January goal. I also am doing, I printed out 24 hours of cross stitch printables from Etsy, and I'm going to fill those out. I haven't yet. I need time again to sit down with my special pens, and that's going to be like me time, I hope, if I can get it, to fill out and plan, make some plans. I do have some starts planned, which I will tell you about. I'm also trying to do the 100 days of 100 whatever, I don't remember what they're calling it, hashtag Witchy Stitchers are doing, Charlene and Morgan. They're Flosstubers, and so I'm excited to do that. I do plan to have a New Year, New Start. It is evening on the New Year's Day, so I need to get on that. I'm going to try to at least get 100 stitches into it, as I just mentioned. My New Year's start for 2021, my New Year's Day start, is Mary Mary Needleworker. Sorry. This is Lindy Stitches again. And I am doing it, this version, this is the day version. This is the night version, which I also really like because I love that color, that pattern. I love that fabric color. There we go. But this goes more with the decor of my house, which is more aquas and light grays. And so that's my plan to start that. When this came out, this was a Galleria release last year. And when it came, was it last year? No, it was the year before. Wasn't it? I forget. Maybe it was last year. I can't remember. But anyway, when it was released, I was so excited. I said, oh my gosh, she made that for me. I mean, I feel like it has my name on it, right? So, gotta do it. Yeah. So thank you, Lindy Stitches, for that pattern, because it's perfect. And I am doing it, like I said, on the call for fabric. It's Bramble by Picture This Plus with the fancy flosses. And then on the 13th, I am starting Stargazer, this well-known pattern from Mirabilia. I'm going to be starting it with Msohsewcrafty, Flosstuber, who I greatly admire and love her stitching a lot. And so I'm excited to start this with her. I'm going to be starting it on Gothic from Picture This Plus, assuming I have that in. It's on order, but I haven't gotten it yet from 123 Stitch. I just recently started watching a Flosstuber by the name of Angie Stokes, and she just showed it in her last WIP parade, and it looks like she's stitching it on Gothic. So I was really excited, because like that's exactly what I've envisioned, and I've had this on my wish list for years. So I'm excited about that. And I pretty much have it all kitted up except the fabric, so I'm holding out hope that it will come in by the 13th. It's only like 2 weeks now, less than 2 weeks now. And then on the 20th, Jessie Marie Does Stuff is starting Oh Joyous Day for Inauguration Day, which I'm really excited about. Inauguration Day 2021. So we're going to start this. This is by Blackbird Designs, and this one also, I have never stitched this type of design. I've never done a primitive type of thing. I know they're hugely popular, but this will be a first for me. And I know EJ from Sunshine Stitcher, she just started this also last month. And she was mentioning on Instagram that there's some specialty stitches in it, which I really hadn't looked at the pattern yet. So I am looking forward to that and learning some of those. And I do have, again, the supplies are on order with 123 Stitch, and I think they've been off. I hope they've been off for the holidays. I know they've been really busy lately, and so maybe this coming week or next week that they will get out the orders. I have a couple pending orders for those things. And I also have an order with Silkweaver that's supposed to come soon. That would be a backup fabric for that. And I wanted to show you, excuse me for 1 second, sorry. I wanted to show you my Garan tote bags because most of us in the Flosstube community and beyond know and love Ronnie and Gary from Garan Stitchery. If you don't, please go check them out. Gary is part of the Sunshine Stitchers on Flosstube, and Garan, they have their own needlework shop, cross stitch shop now, and they make Garan Stitchery, and they make the most beautiful bags. Ronnie sews these bags, and I just love them, and they're affordable, and so I have gotten so that I want to start collecting these and actually getting organized and kitting my projects and keeping them together so that I could just pull them out because they're kind of just all in the box and drawers together right now. My daughter picked this one out around Christmas time last month. So we put our Christmas projects in that, and we love the coordinating fabric that he chooses for them. I'll show you, I picked up this one a few weeks ago during a sale. It's Storytime books. I'm going to put my Heaven and Earth Treasure Hunt bookshelf WIP in that one. These are all 12 by 13. This Cardinals one, I'm going to put my Mary Mary in this one with the holly berries inside. And this one I've had, I think, since last summer, Harry Potter. And they also were so kind, and they sent my 8-year-old daughter a beautiful bag with cats on it, with a matching mini bag, and so sweet. And so we have a lot of love. We all of us cross stitchers, I think, have a lot of love for both Gary and Ronnie. So I think that's pretty much it. I am at about 15 minutes or so. I don't really have a whole lot else. I mentioned Angie Stokes. I was going to mention her as a Flosstuber that I just recently found. Please go check her out. She stitches similar things, a lot of the nerdy cross stitch, which I am all about. I love the nerdy cross stitch, which I love to do. And so there's really not a lot else to say, and I will just tell you again, Happy New Year. We made it. Stay sane as possible. I'm not sure how possible that is right now, but hopefully next month I will be back feeling a little more pulled together. And hopefully you will too. And I hope you get lots of stitching in. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye.